I'm here on the red carpet with Ann Mahoney. Ann, as a woman, why is this film so important?
I think traditionally, I'm a Christian, and traditionally I've found that sometimes the role of a woman in a Christian film or setting is kind of squashed compared to a male role. So here's a woman, Deborah Hall, who was a visionary. She was a prophet, essentially, and she had these visions and these dreams, and she acted on them, and she was taken seriously and affected a gigantic change. So to me, I think that that's a really important part about we have to take women seriously when it comes to issues of faith and their instincts and their passion.
Okay, talking about passion, where do you land with homelessness?
I have some difficulty with it on all sides. I had a homeless man steal my bike one time. Yeah, which is like, whatever, it's just a bike. But still, there's this idea, I think, that we have that, they're all on drugs, they're all mentally ill. But I don't think that that's the story. And I think that our system has failed homeless people because we don't care for people as they start to deteriorate in society and have issues with mental health. We don't care for them in this country the way that we should, and maybe they wouldn't be there if we cared for them in a different way. So I certainly have caution because I'm a woman, but I also think that there's a larger epidemic there that we're not treating.
So when someone says to you, Ann, these people are homeless because they want to be, it's their issue, what's your response?
It's much more complex than that. I mean, I would love for if just people to sit down and talk through their story, because those stories are usually fascinating. There are some that are I got into drugs and sure, that happened, but most of the stories are much more complex, which is they were abused as children, and then that led to them not being able to hold down a job. And so sit down and hear the story before you make the judgment.
So would you like to see more organizations like Salvation Army, who's, they've been known for decades of being the ones to go out in the streets and pull these. Do we need more organizations like that and more work happening like that with this epidemic of homelessness?
We do, and I think it needs to be on a higher level, which is a change in policy. We don't care for our mentally ill in this country. We don't. I have a friend who's actually building a hospital for the mentally ill in Canada, and it amazes me the amount of care that they're taking in how they light it, how the rooms are, so that they're not these awful, they're not asylums, they're places of healing, and we don't do that here. So I think it's a larger problem.
Well, thank you for your work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time to be with us today.